When I was doing talkback, I would have this feelings of disassociation. So I would be doing my job and I would feel like I was just traveling sideways, and then I'd come back into my body only for a few seconds at a time. And I'd stay really, really high functioning, but I would think, well, that was a bit weird. And then in March of 2016, I came back here, and at the Queenstown Medical Centre, my doctor, you've only got like 5 seconds. So I would always go in with like a list of problems, head to toe problems. And one of those problems I mentioned very quickly to my doctor was disassociation, of coming in and out. And then I moved on, down, 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 down.
Yeah.
And I forgot all about it until September. She, Eleanor, took it upon herself to refer me to a neurologist in Dunedin called Dr. Gow. So I went to him. He was young, he was hip, he thought I was high functioning. We talked about beer. I thought at best, at worst, an acute form of epilepsy. So I went in for an ECG, or one of those ones where they wire you up. And I thought everything was fine until we got back a couple of weeks later, early October. He rang me and said, Emma, I've been away. I apologise, I've just seen your results. He goes, I want you to have an MRI. And I rushed down to Invercargill, where I was born. And unfortunately I knew both the women who were there, because it's a small town.
Yeah.
They were school friends. I was like, oh, Rachel, neato. Anyway, they couldn't get me off. I remember them taking me by the elbow when the MRI finished. They took me by the elbow and I was making pranks like, what did you see? What was up there? Unicorns, randos. And they just literally kind of pushed me out the door and said, we can't discuss the results. And I was getting dressed, and literally at that moment the phone rang, and it was Dr. Gow. And he did that really cheesy line that you see in soap operas where he went, are you sitting down?
Bullshit.
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
Was that?
He said, are you sitting down?
Wow,
and I said, well, I am now, Dr. Gow. And he said, we've found something. And so that was in October. He said, you've had it for quite a while. And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, it's big. It was really big. It was about a quarter of the size of my brain. And he said, so we think you might have had it. I was like, how long? And he thought maybe 10 years. But then they retracted that. They wouldn't say that again. I don't know, maybe I caught him off guard or something. And they got in there and mucked about, like that. And here I am.
Wow.
I know, powerful. It's big stuff. It's big stuff. And I had 6 weeks of radiation and chemo.
Okay, and there's a page, a GoFundMe, give a little page.
Yeah, there was.
Where you got a lot of support. You got almost $36,000.
Yeah, I know.
And so that was for chemo.
Yeah.
For
cancer's expensive.
I don't want to check my bank account. I'm too scared to check my bank account.
Cancer is pretty cruel in lots of ways, even though it's quite humorous at times. It does strip you of lots of things. I lost my job, I lost my home. Unfortunately, my partner at the time chose not to be with me, which is his call.
He's almost another cancer, maybe.
He is a little bit of another cancer. So I was just laid there. I was poor as poor can be, and that's when the Give a Little page gave me life and bread and water.
When this was happening, you're saying things like, it feels like a bit of a gift to me. You're learning exponentially about myself. And this is what I love, you get the truth faster when you've been given a
Now my friend Jules told me that. My friend Jules has had a bit of sickness as well, and she said, Emma, the great thing about cancer is that you do get to the truth faster.
So what, like, where are we at now? What
with my tumour?
With you and your health, like how?
Well, the way they always put you on a bell curve. They love their bell curves. My medical team, I'm on a bell curve. So it's still up there, Henry.
Yeah.
Boiling away. They call them chronic these days.
It's the chronic.
It's a chronic tumour.
Oh, something that I thought was pretty interesting is when you started vlogging, which is pretty hot.
I've only done that like 3 times.
Hello, yeah, it's Emma. Yeah, I've got a brain tumour, and it's sort of just occurred to me in recent times as I was trying to find out a bit more about myself and my health, that there is just oceans and oceans of information, way too much if you are up against something full on, like imminent death. Buongiorno, por favor. Emma here. Emma de la tumor, de la brain. Hey, it's been 6 months since I found out I'd had my tumor. Lots gone on. Scar's still there. Last of the Mohican's hair is still there.
Well, I'm really over blogging, I think. I mean, people that blog, God bless them. But, you know, just give me the recipe. Don't give me fucking 9 pages on how you came to the recipe and how your child loved the cake and whatever, It's not good to have regrets in life, but if I was to have one, it would be that I walked away from comedy, I suppose. Because it is a natural gift for me, I think. For whatever reason, it came quite naturally and ordinarily to me.
Yeah.
And I think if I had my time again, I would stick at it. That whole 10,000 hours ethos, I think, is really, really true.
Yeah.
True.
How are you approaching the next 6 to 12 months?
So I'm just going to go until I don't go anymore. And I don't have headaches. So I've come off really lightly, I think, given how much of my brain they took out. I think things are pretty tickety-boo at the moment. So I'm just going to keep going. But in the background, I'm writing, so I'm going to write a show. Another show before I go. You can use that. Another show before I go. So I'll work on that, beaver away, and try and stitch my life together, like financially as well.